In Ohio, we had 12 people getting shot in a mass shooting that occurred at a festival. So let's.
Breaking news tonight out of Toledo. Police say 12 people have been shot. 2 of the victims are in critical condition. Now, this happened around 5:30 at the Old West End, which is the city's most iconic festival. Authorities are right now looking for the person or people involved in this shooting. And according to police, the victims range in age from 14 to 61. Julia Avent joins me live now in studio. So, Julia, you've been hearing from people that were at that festival.
Right. And because at this point in the investigation, experts tell me every second and every piece of evidence counts as they are in Ohio to figure out what happened tonight and who did it.
Crazy, man. Whole lot of pandemonium.
Witnesses describe pure chaos late Saturday afternoon at the Old West End Festival in Toledo, Ohio.
He told them to stay, everybody get back.
That's all I heard.
That's all I heard.
Once I heard everybody
get back.
Toledo police say a search for the suspects is ongoing following an outbreak of gunfire that sent crowds scrambling for cover. Police say they discovered multiple shooting victims at the scene. As of now, authorities believe there were at least 2 people firing weapons and that they were shooting at each other. Former Detroit Assistant Police Chief Steve Dolan says every second and detail counts when it comes to an investigation like this.
You look to see if any businesses may have cameras there, and that's kind of where you start. Hey, and you're talking to citizens. Hey, what did you hear? What did you see? Any inclination this is coming?
When it comes to a mass shooting, Dolan says police secure a scene to uncover every possible piece of evidence, from a single shell casing to a witness nearby. This is all while police are questioning victims in and out of the hospital to see if this was a random or planned attack.
Asking people, did anyone text you about this? Did anyone have any idea on social media that this was going to happen at this festival? Because unfortunately, these things happen at festivals.
Now, Terrell, while we don't know the identity or the ages of the victims, police are asking parents tonight to talk to their kids to see if they know anything.
It's a crazy situation. Let's get over into this next video and see what else it tells us.
People running for their lives, scrambling for cover as shots ring out. But in the middle of all that chaos, a local nurse leaned on her training. Even though she was at the festival with her kids, she stepped in to help a teen who'd been shot. A warning, the images you see may be disturbing. 13 Action News anchor Gerald Harris is live now with her story.
Christian, the sound of gunfire sent people running, but for one local nurse, she did the opposite. She says she used her training to help a 16-year-old shooting victim stay conscious and look out for the safety of her kids.
It was a lot. It was a pop, 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 pop. It was a lot.
Chaos after shots rang out. Toledo police say at least 12 people, ranging in age from 14 to 61, were injured Saturday in a mass shooting near the Old West End Festival.
As I was sitting there, I'm like, give me water, give me napkins, give me this, hold his head up, don't lay him down.
For one quick-thinking nurse who was fundraising with her daughters for cheerleading at Maplewood in Delaware, she says she helped one of the shooting victims.
I looked and I seen a boy walking towards us, and he looked flushed in the face. He was like limping. He just didn't look. And then after I looked at his face, I noticed the blood.
Sierra Wells has been a nurse for 8 years and stepped right in to help a teen who was shot.
He just kept saying, "Ma'am, please, please, I don't want to die. Please keep me alive."
Wells leaned on her training amid the chaos to keep the young men conscious.
He was talking to me. I was asking his name, how old he was, and he was just saying to me, like, "Ma'am, please don't let me die. I don't want to die. I'm only 16. And that just, as a mom and a nurse, that just broke my heart right there.
It's an incident that caused mass confusion and worry.
In the midst of the chaos and me trying to keep eyes on my own children and help him, I was scared. I didn't know if they was going to start shooting again. I didn't want to get trampled.
Wells says her kids are traumatized by the mass shooting incident, and she hopes the community can do a better job coming together, especially as summer heats up.
Every teenager isn't bad. Every parent don't raise their kids to go out and do what they did. But I just hope situations like these open our eyes, because this is the beginning of the summer. This is just the beginning.
And with that, she's asking parents to take responsibility and keep a close eye on their children, and that everyone should be allowed to feel safe.
100%. Everyone deserves to feel safe in their community. And it's a tragic situation. You used to think that things like this would be like a no-go zone, like a no-fight zone. Let's have a zone, a space where the children are pleasant. Let's just have a good time. There's no need for any violence. If you have beef, leave it outside. But that's not how people think. And of course, the violence needs to be stopped. But it's hard to change people's mind who don't want to be changed. But at least they hopefully can understand that do it somewhere else. Like, of course, I think that they need to stop. Of course, I think they need to go to prison. But can't they have at least the common decency to not do this while children are present? Not just shoot at random people who have nothing to do with it.
Hope everybody is on the same page of creating a safer environment so that we can enjoy our city, because our city is not a bad city. It's bad people everywhere. But I don't know. We just gotta do better.
100%. She spoke the 100% truth. We just gotta do better.
We're following breaking news out of Ohio and the urgent search for suspects involved in Saturday's mass shooting near a summer festival in Toledo. 12 people were hurt there. In a press conference earlier today, investigators said the incident appeared to have stemmed from a dispute between two rival groups. Joining us now is NBC News correspondent Stephen Ramos following this. What else did we learn from the press conference, Stephen?
We got a lot of new details, but still the search for those suspects continues now into day 4 of looking for them. Police still believe that there are 2 shooting suspects that they're searching for, part of these rival groups. I think this was gunfire exchange between rival groups. And police say one of the shooters was most likely from each of these groups. Many of the city's leaders spoke today saying that changes probably need to happen as they move forward for other big events. We also heard from the mayor about how this has affected the city of Toledo.
Toledo's heart is hurting. And the reason Toledo's heart is hurting is because of what we've lost. Miraculously, we haven't had a loss of life, but we did still lose something over the weekend. And I think among the things we lost was a sense of innocence, or a sense that maybe something like this couldn't happen in Toledo.
And that's something we heard from witnesses as well. An investigative piece, we did learn that they did recover 2 firearms. They're still trying to confirm those are the ones that were actually used in the shooting. The 12 victims, though, we also learned that they believe 3 of them were involved in these groups, but 9 of them were innocent bystanders. Thankfully, they are all expected to survive this case.
That's the one bit of good news. Stephen Romo, thank you.
Absolutely tragic situation. Let's get over into the AI breakdown just to finish up this whole case and see what else we can learn. So as we know, 12 people were injured during a mass shooting event on Saturday evening, June 6th, near the Old West End Festival in Ohio. The gunfire erupted at approximately 5:37 p.m. near the intersection of Delaware and Glenwood Avenue, an area packed with crowds attending the neighbor's long-running community event. The investigators from the police department stated that the shooting stemmed from a physical confrontation and dispute between 2 rival groups of young people. At least 2 shooters began trading gunfire across the crowded festival grounds. Police are actively searching for the prime shooters, described as 2 black men between the ages of 18 and 24. An 18-year-old was detained for questioning on Monday following a search warrant, but he was subsequently released without charges. Police have recovered 2 firearms from the scene. Authorities also noted an incident just prior to the gunfire where sheriff's deputies attempted to check a backpack containing a firearm, but a suspect snatched it back and fled. Ooh. A total of 12 victims ranging for ages from 14 to 61 suffered gunshot wounds. Police confirmed that 3 of the victims are actively involved in the initial dispute. Whoa, hold on. So police confirmed that 3 of the victims were actively involved in the initial dispute, while the remaining 9 were innocent bystanders. All 12 victims are in stable condition and expected to survive. Following the discussions with the city leadership and the police department, the Old West End Association canceled all remaining festival events scheduled for Sunday, stating it was no longer possible. So we got the mayor called for increased parental and youth accountability while expressing a desire to reschedule and conclude the festival safely later in the summer. The governor and congresswoman issued statements condemning the violence and praising first responders. Authorities are urging anyone with smartphone footage and photos to please submit them for tips. Absolutely tragic situation, y'all. Luckily, no one died in this situation. But parents have to do something. Like that woman said, not all kids are bad. Not all parents raise their children incorrectly. But we have to do something. The violence amongst teenagers and young adults are getting out of control. Something needs to change. It can't go on like this. But let me know your thoughts and let me know if you disagree with anything I said, y'all. But that is it.